Hi students. Okay, so this part is very short. We're just going to talk about birth control, contraception, and family planning. So there are three different types. As you can see, you have got the physical, behavioral, and chemical. All right. Okay, so of course these are temporary measures that is being taken under contraception, and these are not permanent in any case. So under the physical component, there will be three main things. All right, behavior, physical, and chemical. So behavioral will be in terms of the rhythm method, the withdrawal, or total abstinence. So of course, when there is total abstinence, this is absolutely safe because they are staying away from entire sexual intercourse. Rhythm method is during the period whereby the individuals decide to either withdraw from sexual activities only during the ovulation period. Okay, so ovulation period generally happens during the 11th to 14th day after the menstruation period. Okay, so let's say starting menstruation, today is the first day. So on the 11th day after today and on the 14th day, during that period of time, there should not be any sexual intercourse from the 11th to the 14th day. To be safer, some individuals will extend to the 17th day. Okay, another method is also using body temperature to determine. So of course, all these might not be consistent or might not be safe because the cycle is not consistent for everyone. So for example, if someone is facing additional stress at work, the person's cycle will be affected. Okay, hormone levels will also be affected by what the individual eats, the environment that the individual is in. So these are natural methods, which means there are no side effects. Okay, now physical methods, we have got a few. Okay, so we have got male condoms, so that acts as a physical barrier to prevent fertilization. Okay, so one good thing about the male condom is that it prevents the spread of sexually transmitted infections. STI stands for sexually transmitted infections, which is at the next part of the video lecture. Okay, it is also inexpensive, so therefore it is affordable. So however, one of the downside to it is in the event that it is not used properly or it is defective in the structure that it is made, there can still be high risk of the individual becoming pregnant or the female becoming pregnant. Okay. Caps, diagrams, and intrauterine devices, these are usually made for the women itself. Both are man-made devices. Okay, now the cap or diaphragm itself is fitted over the cervix. So recall that the cervix itself is the area whereby the sperm has to run through in order to reach to the oviduct for fertilization. So it prevents fertilization, and this can only be fitted by doctors because it has to be fitted appropriately and correctly. So therefore, not everyone is able to buy it, which is similar to the intrauterine device, the IUD. It is not easily obtainable. All right. In both scenarios, it does not protect the women from sexually transmitted diseases, so there is still a very high chance of getting the disease themselves. For IUD, it is slightly riskier because it is inserted right into the uterus, whereby the fetus is supposed to be implanted in the event of fertilization. However, if it is not inserted properly, it will result in damaging of the uterine wall, likely causing massive amounts of bleeding. Okay, for both the cap and the IUD, to increase the effectiveness of not getting pregnant and also to increase the effectiveness of not getting sexually transmitted infections, it can be used with condoms. All right. Now, pills, on the other hand, it is a chemical process itself. So under pills, chemical process is a type of a contraceptive pill. So recall that we have got estrogen and progesterone in the female body during ovulation. So what the pill does is that it has got high levels of estrogen and progesterone, so it makes the female body think as though like the female is pregnant, because during pregnancy there are high levels of progesterone, especially to maintain the uterine lining. Okay, so these pills contain the hormones, so once the body thinks that the female is pregnant due to the artificially high level of hormones in the body will prevent ovulation, which means it will prevent the release of a mature egg from the ovary to release the ovum. Okay, these are also easily obtainable from the doctors themselves. Okay, however, it definitely do not protect women from STI. Again, the women themselves can encourage the men to use condom protection for the males in order to minimize the transmission of STI. Okay, for this case, women has to take the pills daily. If there is even one pill that is forgotten to take for the day, there might be higher risk of pregnancy taking place. However, due to the high levels of hormones, it can cause irregular menstrual cycle, which can also mess up the hormonal system in the female. Okay, the last one of the chemical method is a spermicide, in which, as the name suggests, side means to kill. Okay, so it is a chemical that is made to kill sperms. Okay, however, this is not effective when it is used alone. So one should not be relying on this all alone, and instead it is to be used in conjunction with either the male condoms, diaphragm, IUD, or pills, the other forms of chemical or physical method. Okay, so these are physical methods, chemical methods that are temporary and it is reversible. Now, what are the permanent methods? Permanent methods can only be carried out by surgeons themselves, and it is irreversible. So one should only go through this pathway when they are absolutely sure that they do not want any children anymore, or they do have some form of physical issue in which it is more advisable to undergo such a surgery. Okay, so in the male, it is called the vasectomy. So the vasectomy is whereby the vas deferens is cut. So recall that the vas deferens actually carries the matured sperm from this area, follow my cursor, from this area which is the epididymis, and once matured, it will travel through the vas deferens, which is the sperm duct, to be released out to the exterior through the urethra and the penis itself. Okay, so by cutting the vas deferens, the individual is unable to carry out the sperm in this area. So there will still be semen production simply because you still have the prostate gland, the Cowper's gland, etc. But the semen that is being produced will not carry any sperm. Okay, so it doesn't cause any side effects to the male because hormones can still be produced due to the testes being present to produce testosterone. Now in the female, it is called the tubular ligation or simply ligation. So in ligation, similarly to the male, the oviduct area is being cut. So since the oviduct area is being cut, even if the sperm is able to be moving upwards, it will find it is unable to meet the matured egg that has been released out from the ovary. So therefore, since fertilization usually takes place at the oviduct, or otherwise known as the fallopian tube, there can be no fertilization to take place anymore. Alright, now the last part that we'll be looking at will be your sexually transmitted diseases, which will be covered in the next lecture itself. Thank you.